talk about the 4th of July weekend.
Almost spilt my Coke.
That was sealed.
My blow Coke. My blow cane. I'm just kidding. It's cocaine. What's up, everybody?
Yo, what's up?
We're back. Pat's back.
I'm back.
What's going on, Pat?
Nothing much. Just burned out on work as usual.
Yeah. Those
Dude, I felt like such a bonehead today.
Did you wear your knee pads to work?
No, not this time.
Pat's working those corners again. Unprotected.
Honestly, might have more protection there. So today I was like unloading what we get the shipments of vaccines, like the COVID vaccine.
Pat works for
big shouts out to Pfizer.
Pat works for Dr. Fauci.
I work for Dr. Hiram Singh.
He's a shill for Dr. Fauci.
Anyway, I was unpacking some, and they come shipped in a large container from FedEx with like some dry ice on top of it, on top of the bag containing the vaccine vials. So you have to, it's a stupid design. You have to take the dry ice out of the package and then reach in and grab the package underneath containing the vaccines. So I'm taking the dry ice out, and this is a big thing of dry ice, and they put it in a flimsy cardboard box. So I'm picking it up. The bottom drops out. Dry ice ends up everywhere. I felt like such a fool.
You should have brought the dry ice here. We could have used it for special effects.
Yeah. No, I was pretty cool. It was like a little foggy graveyard.
Well, I guess that's what working for Fauci's like, right?
A foggy graveyard. Yes. No, dude, I mean, no hate to Dr. Fauci. He's been doing it for a long time.
We're just joking. We stand Fauci, kind of. Before we get right. too into the weeds, just want to say real quick, if you want to help support the channel, like and subscribe and share, all that fun stuff. And also check out wilddinosaur.com, where I have sweet merch like this shirt, and then there's a bag somewhere around here too, a tote bag that I had. Well, you saw it yesterday, so. But you can check out the website, and there's all kinds of stuff there. Socks, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tote bags, stuff like that. So
Scrote bags.
Scrote bags.
No, we don't have those yet.
I'm designing. So yeah, if you want to help support my channel, wilddinosaur.com is currently the best way to do so. So check that out, and we will see commercials for my website that I made later, because I love making commercial breaks for my own stuff instead of other people's stuff.
I love turtles.
Pat likes turtles and foggy graveyards. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today.
Nice.
There was one thing that I mentioned yesterday. I don't think you've had a chance to see this yet because you were working today, and it came out earlier this morning. But there was a trailer for Clerks 3 that came out.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we check that out?
I don't want to do the live reactions quite yet. There's things to think about, copyright how to get around copyrights and things like that. Obviously, audio is one of the big ones, but just real quick, what do you think about Kevin Smith doing a third Clerks movie?
I think it's interesting. I mean, I watched the last Kevin Smith movie I watched, and maybe the last. No, I didn't see that. I did see Tusk, which was, I believe, from what I understand,
the first of the three.
Yeah, started as an inside joke on his podcast, and
all three of the movies did.
It's obvious that it. I mean, I don't want to hate on it or anything. Like, it's cool that he's making what he wants to make. However, I wasn't a big fan. It was just kind of out there. But like, I have a friend who watched that podcast or listened to that podcast religiously. He loved it. Couldn't say enough good stuff about it, and I just couldn't get into it. But I do, of course, I love all the classics. Clerks, Dogma, Chasing Amy, Mallrats. Those are great. I did see Jane and Silent Bob reboot, and I enjoyed it. I think there's a lot to be said for authenticity.
Yeah.
Like, he's stayed true to his style the entire time he's been a director. I mean, maybe some slip-ups there, Jersey Girl, but...
there's things he could have done better in certain places.
Jersey Girl cop-out.
Yeah.
But overall, the guy makes solid movies that I enjoy, and I love the dialogue, always a fan.
It's one of his hilarious suits is dialogue.
Yeah,
for sure.
Always has been.
I was mentioning yesterday that I've not been a huge fan of all of his stuff, but I really appreciate the fact that he is like a camp director now, in a sense. Like,
sure, yeah.
Like, not everybody can be what's a director? Nolan. I'll just throw Nolan out there.
The world needs John Waters as well.
Yes, you have to have an array of things, and there's totally a space for it. It's not like, I use the analogy of when our parents were younger, or their parents would watch the news. There was like one news channel with one host, basically.
It was just Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, it was just Walter Cronkite. He was the only news channel.
After 7 p.m., that was it.
Yeah, and now we don't live in the Cronkite world where there's just one source. There's, we got Netflix and Hulu and Disney and Amazon and
how
all
many
kinds
different
of stuff.
news networks.
Yeah, and we have places for things. You can have that as I've referred to sometimes with Christopher Nolan, a tiny bit pretentious. There's like a pretentious level director. I wouldn't say he's the most pretentious, but I think he's an easy one to point to in the mainstream Hollywood like director crew. But then, like you mentioned, John Waters too. There's a place for all of it.
I agree,
and I really appreciate that. There are people with money that fund like dumb shit. It warms the my cold little heart to know that there's people that like appreciate dumb stuff. But I did watch the Clerks 3 trailer, and all I'll say real quick is it does feel like, I forgot to mention Jay and Silent Bob reboot yesterday, but I also really enjoyed that one. It was way more heartfelt of a movie than I expected.
Absolutely.
And this movie, like Clerks 3, also looks like it's going to be that. I'll give you a quick breakdown of what the premise is this time. Is they're still working retail. I think they're at the movie store next door to the Quick Stop.
Nice.
And even the kid from the sequel movie, I forget his name, but there was like the
one that was like the Lord of the Rings nerd.
Yeah. That kid, he's back too.
Oh man, I almost had his name.
But the premise is
Elijah. I think is his
name.
Elijah.
Randall has like a heart attack or something like that, and he realizes like he's kind of like wasting his life, and so he sets out to write a movie, and that's kind of the premise of it.
I can get behind that.
I kind of like the concept. It looks like a lot of people are back, not just Elijah, but I think there was Rosario Dawson in the poster.
Oh, nice.
So she's back, and in the trailer there's a quick cut of cameos from classic Kevin Smith actors. So like Ben Affleck is gonna pop up. I don't know in what capacity, but like he's there for a quick second. in the trailer.
I enjoyed his cameo in Jade Silent Bob Reboot.
I did too, because that was
spoilers, but
yeah, spoilers for that one. I don't think anybody really cares at this point, but
movie's been around for a few years already.
Yeah, and also if people cared, they probably would have seen it already. For the most part, I think. But at the time, there was all this like Batman drama going on, and him like maybe leaving because leaving the Batman franchise because like personal like problems with alcohol and all kinds of other things, and like his monologue that he has, it's just like it's so on the nose for all of that stuff. I even think he even has a line where it's like, you can't be Batman forever or something like that, and it was just like, damn dude, that was good. That was really good. But yeah, so Clerks 3. Any other thoughts on Kevin Smith coming back for a third Clerks? Or
it makes sense.
Do you want to, instead of Clerks 3, would you rather have seen the Clerks animated show come back?
Yeah, possibly. As long as they could do another like Beverly Hills Cop parody.
Yeah, that was so good.
With Judge Reinhold.
That show was, I don't know. I had owned the Clerks cartoon series at one point. I think I was living in Chico at the time, and there's only like 6 or 8 episodes of it, but there's like some really funny stuff in there. And Alec Baldwin was like the mayor or something like that. He did a voice. I think was he like the owner of the company that owned the Quick Stop or something? He was like some high position person, like character in the show, and yeah, it was like Alec Baldwin.
I only saw a few episodes. Like one time they had a marathon on Comedy Central or something like that, and I think we watched a few episodes here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like in high school when I was in we were both in high school, I think, at the time.
The Beverly Hills parody was great. They kept showing Axel Foley sticking bananas.
Yeah, he just kept putting bananas in people's tailpipes.
Like, so stupid. Oh, so good. And another episode that was really great was like it randomly just like stopped like right towards the end, and they're like, due to some technical issues, we weren't able to finish the episode, so we outsourced the animation to some like Korean company or something like that. And the end of the episode is like just the like most weird batshit like anime style, like completely. It made no sense, but it was great. Let's see. So Clerks 3 is happening. I forgot to check when that was coming out. I didn't see a release date on that. Whatever, we'll find out. I'm sure it'll be out soon.
Yeah.
But
probably sometime this year.
So I decided to do something. There's a show that's pretty popular these days. I watched a little bit of I watched the first and second season. Loved the first season, didn't like the second season as much, and quit watching it. And the hype has gotten me back on the train.
Is this Westworld?
No, I'm watching Stranger Things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I jumped ship on Stranger Things after season 2. And then the marketing and some of the stuff I'd seen for season 3 just wasn't exciting. But there's so much season 4 stuff going on right now, and it does look pretty cool. There's some stuff that I was like, oh man, I do kind of want to watch that. So I went back and I did watch season 3 in the last handful of days,
which I would say was better than season 2.
Yeah, I agree. I thought season 3 was much better. The whole mall experience thing was cool because it absolutely fit into the 80s aesthetic, like mall culture for sure.
We had those experiences as kids.
Totally, and we didn't even grow up in the 80s. We grew up in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
No, well, I mean,
the time
sure, we did hang out at the
when...
mall then too, but like I hung out at the mall a lot in the early to mid 90s.
Well, this is in the 80s. That's
True.
what I was saying.
Yeah,
I was
but
just saying, we grew up in the 90s. We didn't grow up in the 80s. There was still rollover culture, but like we weren't up. Like I was born 2 years before this season takes place. You were born the year of this, like season 3. It's 86.
Yeah.
And so like mall culture didn't really die down until the like early 2000s, but you know, even though we grew up in the 90s, there's still something to be said about like 80s mall culture. It really was what it was perceived in media, like not just Stranger Things, but in one of the X-Men movies, the Fox X-Men movies. They finally brought Jubilee in.
Yes.
And like it started off at the mall, and I was like, there's a mall scene in the movie, and I was like, oh, that was kind of cool.
They put that in the movie. I remember that was in the first episode of the Fox animated X-Men series.
Yeah, they do a scene where all of the like the new generation, the younger X-Men wanted to like get out for a day, and so they go to the mall, and they basically like kind of recreate that first episode a bit.
Do you remember that first episode where the Sentinels were just trying to go to the Gap?
Just trying to get some jeans.
Yeah.
Trying to get their Gap on. So Stranger Things I'm liking more than I liked season 2, and more than I expected to like season 3. I just started season 4. I think I'm like one episode in on season 4.
Shout out to Maya Hawke. She was a good addition.
Yeah, she was a good addiction. She's a good addiction.
John's addicted. It's all right.
Yeah, she's great. Really, all of the kids are great.
Her dynamic with Joe, what's his name? Joe Keery?
Yeah. Steve. What a great character.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember really not liking him much in the beginning, and how he's just kind of become to be like a fan favorite.
I love how he's just like friends with all the kids.
Yeah, just the relationship, and I mean, there has to be something said about the casting in the show. Everyone's great, and kid actors aren't always easy to work with, nor do they necessarily grow into, especially you're doing something over the course of many years. You know, you could start with Finn Wolfhard, and by the end of it be like, you know, this kid's like in his early 20s now. Be like, this isn't the kid we, you know, originally wrote for, which I'm sure they run into these problems for sure, but I think all of the kids in general are really good together, and they are consistent in their characters over the years.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Have you watched any Stranger Things?
I have. I haven't seen the newest episodes, the second part of season 4. I think I still have to finish maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the previous
season, the first half of
season 4. Yes.
So,
but I will get there.
The second half of season 4 only has 2 episodes, but the one episode is like an hour and a half, and the second episode is like 2.5 hours.
Oh wow, it's like a movie.
Yeah, so they straight like go for it.
Yeah,
so
and a lot of the season 4 episodes are over an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I watched one last night before I got into Miss Marvel. Ryan says, you're being very charitable towards kid actors. I'd be happy if they went unrepresented entirely, replaced with CGI.
Yeah, one exception I have to throw out is the actress that played young Leia in Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah,
I thought she did an amazing job.
Ryan, what was her name again? I forget. You had it last time. It's like 3 names. It's like Vivian, Lyra Blair, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to have like a transcendent child actor is a rare situation. There's like Macaulay Culkin and
Jake Lloyd.
Okay,
that was rough. I'm sorry. No, I think you know, Star Wars particularly is a place of redemption. That's the whole arc of Star Wars, is just redemption, and Hayden has gotten his.
Look, Vader is a lovable character ultimately.
Let's get some Jake Lloyd you know, redemption. Let's get a Jake Lloyd redemption arc, not just in real life, but in Star Wars. Like, literally, he plays himself on Tatooine. And, you know, so, anyways.
I'd like to see it. Or, like, just see him pop up in, like, the cantina or something, you know? Like, just drinking away his sorrows. You know, a typical thing. But, yeah, it is rare to see a transcendent child actor that really...
Idea. Ray has a kid, later. And he's played by Jake Lloyd. Adult Jake Lloyd. Oh, gotcha, Ryan. Vivian Blair, yeah. Vivian Blair was Leia. Thanks for that, Ryan. Thanks for that.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I just think that it's maybe difficult. I personally, I don't have any experience or anything working with child actors, but it does seem like
I do. I've directed this guy.
It does seem like it can be difficult to show like real emotion. Yeah. But I felt like she was able to convey like a lot of different emotions and a lot of different, quite a few different situations just within those 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's hard for kids who have not had a fair amount of life experience to emote emotions they might have actually never really experienced before, like loss, heartache, things like that. Not to say kids don't experience this, but you have more life when you're older. You have been broken up with or have had loss in your family or whatever, and yes, it can be hard for kids to emote in certain ways, but
it's hard for me. I couldn't fake cry at that at that photo. That world's greatest art installation.
Oh yeah, my director workshop 1 final project, which I feel is my worst project in that class. The one previous was better, I think. The relaxing one.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
We had to shoot at the beach. That was fun.
Except it was freezing.
Yeah, and I was yelling the whole time. Hurry up!
Yeah, losing my sunlight.
Adult actors, Ryan says, adult actors can be incapable of expressing a broad range of emotions. Adults can be incapable of expressing. Yeah, for sure. They definitely can. I think it's easier for a director to maybe work with an adult actor, to get emotions across. I think it's a little easier with adults than kids at times, but absolutely there's Natalie Portman is an award-winning actress, and she was garbage in all 3 of the Star Wars movies, and I don't think that's her fault. I think that's the lack of direction from George Lucas himself. So I never want to hear Disney's destroyed Star Wars, because like George Lucas destroyed it first. He's the creator and destroyer.
Disney just pissed on the ashes.
Yeah, and they gave him a bunch of money to do it. They gave him $4 billion?
Nice.
Just to pee on the ashes.
No. I mean, it's been hit and miss.
Yeah, there's been some good stuff. I'm gonna move on to a commercial break, and for a specific reason, I don't have much battery life today. I have about half a battery left in this, and I want to get through our main segment. And I'm still worried about the overheating issue that happened yesterday, the camera, and I did a firmware update on it, hoping that was gonna be the solution to my problem. It was not. So we're gonna go to a quick break, and
we'll catch you back for the main segment.
Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. When life gives you lemons, make lemon bars. I'm Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too. This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? Why not see more on? Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal. Life gave me lemons, so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. And we're back. And I had sun glare right there. See that? Look at my face. For the audio listeners, I have sun on my eye.
I can't see.
I can't see because the sun's in my eyes. Don't steal my lyrics.
I feel like I inspired those lyrics. I did it.
So I like this comment, these 2 comments from Ryan here. A race against the camera's internal temperature. This is live streaming. I agree.
I read that in King Leonidas' voice. This is live streaming.
I agree. This is live streaming. We're gonna keep this under an hour episode today for sure because of the technical issues, and I think around an hour is a good episode count for us. So Pat, do you remember making videos?
I remember a couple.
You have helped me make a handful of videos. You've starred in some of my works.
I have.
He's played the main character in all my school projects, almost all. He has also helped me. Sorry, I'm trying to get this sun out of my face. That's not helpful. Whatever. Pat helped me shoot a handful of music videos, and for me, I don't know why the camera keeps doing that kind of thing. Whatever. There are 2 videos on this. There's 2 music videos on this channel that I feel like are at a different level or quality. I put in a lot more technical work on the back end to make things more of a music video than some of my other ones, and I'm not trying to discredit my other videos. But the first track I have is Smell the Rain. It was a single I put out. Do you remember where the song came from? Was it one of yours?
I don't think so. I think that you put this whole thing together.
I don't remember where the music started. Sometimes I do that. I just start a track and then it's there, and it just gets worked on for a really long time. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was messing with Logic loops. The guitar, I hate to admit this. The guitar in that track is not me. It's a Logic loop. But I put everything else together, produced it, mixed it, wrote the vocals and stuff. The vocals were in regards to somebody I previously dated. These are mostly autobiographical lyrics, and wanted to make a track. I wanted to make like a new wave kind of track.
I would
like
say you nailed
it. Like a 80s synth pop style video for the track. So we're gonna watch the video for Smell the Rain, and we will pause it and talk about stuff and how we got certain things. If anybody in the chat has questions about anything, feel free to chime in and ask if someone else directed certain things or how something was shot. But let's get into it. We've got Smell the Rain, so here we go. First shot, that's my ugly ass face. Upside down on my bed. The same room we're in currently. That bed's right behind me.
Yeah, my car. Take note of the temperature.
It always set to 69 degrees.
Set to 69.
Shoved out in the front yard.
I like the addition of bloating out the license plate.
I smell the rain again for the millionth time. And who knows when she kissed
Stop it real quick, and we'll pause.
Ryan saying that it's a little.
my cheek and left, leaving my words to fade in the wind. These thoughts are made of gold, are
Usually when I put my shows together and I load in, that should be better. The snare always hit pretty hard. Dudes washing dishes can hear this. Yeah. All right, let's go back a little bit. I've not done this playback before like this, so this is a little... I guess I can just like start and stop, so... So this was all shot on a green screen in my room. Just messing with some lights.
Oh yeah, I shot this one.
Yeah.
And I was pretty proud of myself for getting that shot.
Yeah, the mirror, the rear view.
Yeah, Jon's
mirror
face
shot.
in the mirror.
Yeah, it was something we thought would be a cool shot. And Pat helped set that up.
Oh, this is the best shot right here.
In my mouth. Yeah. Looks like an octopus. The tunnel here is stock footage I got. Along with most of this animated stuff, I think I got off in Bottle Elements.
I like that overlay right there.
My eyes.
Yeah. Kind of just like tracking the car.
Honestly, I don't like looking at myself very much, but this video was kind of a test in like, hey, let's put your face in a music video, like undoctored or no mask or anything like that.
Notice the short hair.
Thanks, Ryan. It is all good now. I love the art about it. Yeah. The animation stuff is... I wish I could put stuff like this together. I'm not that savvy with 3D stuff. I don't really know much 3D software. I've messed around with a lot of stuff. I have the Adobe
Dude, those Unreal Engine elements were looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, I want somebody. I wish I knew somebody that was good at Unreal Engine to help me make some of the stuff. The dancer there was just really stock footage.
She might have made another appearance in one of our other videos, Summer Splash.
The Summer Splash video, I think it's a different one, but it's still
like similar.
It's the same. Yeah, it's still stock footage from. This clip right here was my eyes was quick. It was like a GIF that I did essentially.
It's pretty cool.
And just decided to like fill space in there.
Oh, I wanted to mention that you did a pretty damn good job syncing up the audio, so like lip syncing the track.
Thanks. I think there's once or twice that I can notice. It's in one of these reverse shots, I think, where the sync is like maybe a frame or two off. Not terrible though. But yeah, there's the Smell the Rain video. So, we shot that at my house, all of it at my house. Like I said, the green screen was set up here in my room. I have two green screens. I have a giant, was it 8x12, I think, green screen, and then I have it's a reflector really. It's a 3x6 pop-up reflector, and it unzips to show different sides. There's green, blue, and then there's white, and some reflective stuff for like lighting, but you can use it as a green screen. I set that up here in my room and did those shots where I'm like got the red and the blue lights on me and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff I'd shot by myself, kind of just as a test to see if things would look okay, and the tests looked good already, so I just used most of them.
Hey, why not?
Yeah,
Put that footage to good use.
The car stuff I think was the most time consuming. First of all, because I had to clear out my garage, and then Pat had to move his car in my garage.
Yeah,
and then and then we had to light it and set up the green screen.
I remember there was one point where like you had like a light on a mic stand.
It was that one over there, that gold one.
Yeah, and then it fell over and hit my car. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was a tiny little scuff, but we got it out.
Yeah, it was not a big deal, but I was freaking out a little bit about it. Yeah. I had just got in the car.
My dad's gonna kill me.
It's like kind of like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off situation with Cameron.
Yeah, so we shot a lot of that, well, all of it here. The garage stuff, if I remember correctly, it was probably about 4 hours or so total that we were in there.
This is about right. Yeah.
Like with setup and takedown and stuff like that. And there was a couple of shots. There was the backseat shot, which was the reverse or the rear view mirror shot where you could see my face in the mirror. That one is one of my favorites in the video. And then we did the side shot where I shot through
I think I was just driving around.
Window.
Right.
Well, I shot through the passenger window at me fake driving with a green screen behind me.
Oh, right.
And then later that night, or it was like the next night.
Yeah, we went out and got some actual footage.
Yeah, I propped my camera up in my back seat. I rigged it. I think I had like some straps tying the thing, so it wasn't like moving around too much. And rolled my window down and drove around Camarillo and just picked up some B-roll and then just threw it in the back. So you see parts of Camarillo in the background. Well, not just in the background, in that shot in the beginning where the car pulls out in the street. You get to see my neighborhood. Pretty sweet. I think that shot, we did it really quick because I think I was like nervous or something for some reason, and I just wanted to like be done with it.
It came out fine.
Yeah, it came out okay. I think I had to do some like a warp stabilization on the clip, and then I had to do the license plate blur. Yeah,
you didn't have to.
I tend to do that. I've done it before.
It's smart thinking for sure.
Is it? I did another video a while ago. I think it's don't hashtag my hashbag, where there was a bunch of like just video loops that the whole video was based on. And there's one where you see cars driving, and there were cars on the 101.
Oh, nice.
Here, and I had to blur out like four license.
Yeah, if they're just like, I understand that.
Yeah, I just try to not throw people under the bus, really. But what else? What do you got to say about this video? Did you have fun making it? I know I get into my like filmmaking head and get like super involved with I gotta set this up or I gotta do this, that, or the other. But what?
I'm glad you do because keeps it driving forward. I mean, wouldn't get done otherwise.
What's your
direction?
What's your experience working on my sets?
I generally have a pretty good time. Sometimes it's just like more than I'm expecting, but that's not a problem. That's more me than it is my perception.
I think it's also
my
me
expectations
too, because I can do a better job of explaining what we're going to be doing or shooting. And sometimes I probably am not always forthcoming about what that entails, not because I'm like trying to lie to you about it. It's probably just because I'm like preoccupied with like, what's the light gonna look like,
or if it's like for class or whatever, or try to get the best that you can possibly get.
What was the one situation that was that you can think of that was like more than you expected?
The lighting one that we did, where it was just still shots. They were just still shots, and you had to do like it was like 4 or 6 different shots.
I had to do 4 different shots that represented. It was like I had 2 or 3 projects in my lighting class, and it was the first one was like take 4 different pictures that like give off different emotions or different vibes with using one light. And just don't move your subject, just move the light, really. And so there was things like that, and I that was a class I struggled with because lighting isn't like a natural thing for me. And I remember being like shooting a couple of those and being like, I don't know what to do. I'm just fucking done.
It's such a huge part of any sort of photography, whether it be film or still. I mean, lighting. That's the biggest thing. It's super
important. It's really important. It's something I didn't give enough thought to previously, but I do have some lights now, and I do think about it a little bit more. I definitely when it comes to filmmaking, there's a lot to work on. I don't know color correction very well. I don't know lighting very well, but they're all fun things to like practice and work on.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Did you have do you aside from like potentially damaging your car, did you have any any like worries on this set? Or
No, not at all. I was just kind of along for the ride, so to speak. I was really proud of myself though for getting that rear view mirror shot.
It was a good one.
Yeah. It came out better than I was even expecting. So I was pretty
it was
happy
so
about
good.
that.
I haven't put you in any of my credits.
Fine.
I don't usually put credits on music videos.
I'm also not too concerned about being credited or not credited. I might
have,
especially if it's with you, you know.
I might have in the description, but I don't usually put like end credits on a music video or anything like that. But I
don't think not necessary unless like you're working with like a big
crew or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like, or you're outsourcing a big part of your video to something like animation done by.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
I think
something like that.
There are definitely reasons to credit, but I mean, we grew up in an era where if we saw credits on a music video, it was down at the bottom, like right corner, and it just said like the track title, what album it was from, what the band was, and maybe who directed it.
It was nice to sometimes get a year.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd get a year. And the info nerd
and
analytical mind that I have, I appreciated that.
You know what killed MTV having music videos is the credits on music videos. They're like, it's just too much work.
Yeah, well, they started showing like abridged music videos, whether it be in Beavis and Butthead or TRL.
Oh man, I remember when they started doing it on TRL back in the day. I was like, what the hell? Like
they'd show the whole video maybe once.
And towards the end of it, it was like they would show like the first third of the video, and right as the song's getting good, they're like, and that was Coldplay or whoever the fuck.
Coldplay. The big TRL heavy hitter Coldplay.
Yeah. Oh man, back in the Carson Daly days.
Dude, I remember like Limp Bizkit being and Korn.
It was Korn, Limp
Bizkit. The Korn
Freak
I believe it was the Freak on a Leash video. Mm-hmm. That video is awesome. The one with like the bullet. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was the Freak on the Leash.
Yeah, that video is awesome.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Where it's like it starts out animated and then like
and then it starts shooting through things.
Yeah. I was gonna sing it
or something.
The chorus right there, but I don't want to. Probably for the best.
We don't want to get demonetized. Just kidding. I'm not even monetized.
That's not the fear that I have. I just don't want anybody to hear me after see.
Well, we still have the battery's looking okay. No overheating yet. That's
always a positive.
That's fantastic. That was the Smell the Rain video. If anybody is watching this and would love to do me a huge favor, go through and watch all my music videos and comment on them and let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. There's some music videos from years ago that aren't as good as a quality as stuff that I feel like I'm doing now. But I will always try to take criticisms, proper criticisms to, into account. Not that I live off of other people's criticisms, but especially when you're creative and you're making stuff and you have a way of doing things or like certain visions in your head, sometimes those visions blind you to other opportunities or possibilities. So I don't know. I always like to hear what other people might have done differently. Or Ryan's still here. Thank God, Ryan.
It's nice to have a documented progress.
Yeah. I won't get too much into a conversation I had with Ryan actually in the chat earlier today, but I have made my music kind of as a way of seeing my progression. I could look back at the first couple of records that I've made and think like, oh man, there's no drums in this song, or this was mixed poorly, or
That's okay.
one thing. But to me, I think they're important because I can see a progression from my first EP, which was called Thrashing Around in My Room, till my last 2 singles. Really, like, there's night and day difference, and I like seeing that. I'll probably have some of my stuff in the future as things as I put out more content. I'll probably have some of that stuff maybe not so accessible. I might take old records off, Bandcamp or whatever. I might put them back on later, or remix them or remaster them or something. But as the quality gets better, I'd like to keep up a standard. But it is also important for me to see the evolution in things. There's a video I shot in Sacramento. What song was it? It's not very good. The video is not good. It's like a lot of just random footage of me in random places. And it was just like a practice in overlaying and blending like video layers together. So that was the only real like thing that worked for me in it. But now I'm doing like green screen and just shooting at Corriganville and stuff like that, and it's really exciting. It's really nice to have a person to work with too. Pat's helped me out on a bunch of stuff and is probably going to keep helping me out.
That's what you think.
Yeah, well,
happy to do so.
I have a gun.
Hey,
I don't own a gun.
no gun violence.
No. Nerf gun violence.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, we had a Nerf gun war the other day at my house.
Did you?
You saw that Andrew has the board up now? Have you seen that?
No.
My roommate has a wall of Nerf guns. He has two young sons as well, but we had the usual party crew over, Naomi and her friends.
Did you guys do something on Sunday night?
On Sunday night, yeah.
Okay.
It was late though. Like, we didn't even start playing any games till like 9.
Did you play Shredder's Revenge again?
We didn't play. No, we played the Secret Hitler and like a couple of games of that. You remember that one?
Yeah, that one was fun.
And
I crushed it that game.
Dude, we crushed this time. I think it was Andrew, Paul, and I. You remember Paul? Yeah. Andrew, Paul, and I were the fascists, and nobody had it. I don't know if they had any idea, but we crushed it. We ended up getting. Andrew was Hitler, and we ended up getting Hitler elected. If anybody's played this game, it's like it's basically just like you're trying to figure out who of the group is the fascist, and everybody else is just trying to figure that out. Like,
and the fascists are trying to get get Hitler in power. Basically.
Basically. There are a couple different ways to win, but that's one of them, and that was pretty great.
I crushed that first time.
You did.
Because I was Hitler in like the first time, and then the second time it was Paul, and I totally was like, "You're Hitler, aren't you?" And I like didn't even think it was. I just kind of threw a guess out there, and it turned out he was, and I was like crushed.
Nice.
I crushed his rebellion. Oh man, that battery's down on its last leg.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can't see from here without my glasses, but
that's that thing right up there.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll go another minute or two, and we'll sign off here in a couple minutes.
Oh, dude, one quick thing that I wanted to ask you about. I saw that this video was posted last week, but Strymon is doing a Mark II of their guitar pedals, there's the El Cap.
I had seen something about that. I thought they were firmware updates.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
They added MIDI and also MIDI over USB-C.
Okay.
And all of the knobs send like MIDI CC, so you can send controller. You can control your stuff from your DAW basically, and you can also automate parameters, which is pretty sweet.
We'll have to jump into that in one of these episodes. Talk about some music here, because I know there's so many people. There's so many people out there that want to hear us talk about music gear.
There probably are.
Ryan in particular, I'm sure. No, I'm trying to figure out working out, getting other guests in here via like Zoom calls and stuff like that too.
Cool.
So hopefully we can do some more stuff with other people too.
I'd always like to review, even if it's like older gear, just like how we use it, or what it's adding to our setup. Even
how
if
we're
it's
using things.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan and I had a conversation today. He picked up a RC1 loop pedal.
Oh, nice. That's like the smaller version of.
There's a bunch of versions. I have the RC3, which it looks similar, but it has an LED screen and a different knob and stuff like that. There's a couple of.
And that one backing drum track.
Yeah. And we were discussing it where part of the chain to put it in before or after the reverb. The Roland website has it, before the reverb.
Interesting.
I was suggesting to Ryan after the reverb because you can loop maybe your rhythm with the reverb and then either have a separate reverb for your lead or, just dry signal or, overdrive boosted or whatever to go over that. So, I mean, there's a ton of ways you can set things up, and it'd be fun to do, episode where we talk about some of that stuff.
I would love to.
Well, let's see. There was something else. Oh yeah. We should do another one of these music video commentaries. Maybe next week.
Sure.
You down for a day next week to come back? And
that sounds great.
Cool.
Because I have an idea of what the video is going to be.
Yeah, probably the only other one we have. Well, actually, we have two other ones. There's the Summer Splash, but we didn't shoot much for that. I think there's 3 shots in there.
That's mostly
up at the cross.
Yeah,
there's like a slow-mo shot of you walking at the cross.
I think your secondary use of that footage is even funnier.
I will start adding some of those things because there was some commercials we shot. I will start adding some of those commercials in lieu of the Dark John stuff at times. So I will actually be adding those to my commercial breaks at some point.
I feel like those are on par with the Dark John.
They are. They were made for a very specific purpose, and that purpose didn't get realized yet. So we'll use them here. But maybe next week. Do you have a day that you think is like good for you? I'm not saying like you should come over every Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. But
yeah.
like,
what did we do last? We did Friday, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Friday. You're my mystery guest episode.
Yeah, I'm into Fridays.
Fridays works. Okay.
Oh, any day works, really, though.
Well, next week we'll figure it out, and we'll let people know. Next week we'll have you back on, and we'll do a commentary / behind the scenes on I Have No Friends on This Planet, which I think there's probably a little bit more to talk about that video.
Also done more recently.
More recently, and we did shoot in multiple places, so there's more stories to tell.
Smell the Rain was 2020, and No Friends on This Planet was last year.
Yeah. And there's going to be another single coming pretty soon. It'll be the final New Pants single before we move on to something else. And that, I'll be honest.
Before it becomes Old Pants.
I'll be honest, that one too is a lot of, it's all like sculpted from stock footage, essentially. So, but there'll be some animation. You guys will see what we do with some animation this time around.
There's a definite angle.
Yeah. Angler fish.
Hey, don't give too much away.
Fish are involved. That's all you need to know. All right. Well, we'll see Pat next week. Unless for some reason he wants to come on. You're more than welcome to come really anytime.
I might just show up.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, my battery is about to go, so before I go, check out wilddinosaur.com, and if you can, please donate to Planned Parenthood. Yes. There's a link in the description, and they need it really more than ever before, and I know you've heard that before, but really, rights have been taken away from women, so help support them getting health care in places that they need. Planned Parenthood is one of the places to help. So check out that link in the description, and we will see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably be back at 5 tomorrow, unless Pat decides he wants to show up and tells me to go live at like 6:30 again. But I'll let you guys know. And anything else?
We'll see you guys next time.